There are fears for the future of aged care homes right around the country this morning as the government's deadline for 24/7 nursing care fast approaches. Nearly 200 aged care residents in Sydney will have to find somewhere else to live when 3 Wesley Mission homes close next month. And it's also been confirmed that 3 more facilities run by Brightwater Care Group will shut in Perth in the next 12 months. Australian College of Nursing Chief Executive Kylie Ward joins us now, as well as Council of the Ageing CEO Patricia Sparrow. Good morning, welcome to you both. Kylie, everyone in the industry knew these reforms were coming. Why do you think we're seeing these closures?
I think it's I can't speak on behalf of the CEOs that are making those decisions, but I do think that the workforce shortages have only worsened following COVID, and it is very complicated and difficult to meet a looming deadline. I think if the government can give exemptions around workforce, it might make a difference. But to be honest, my understanding is that over 50% of providers are operating at a loss.
I mean, any more closures could be catastrophic for people, and it would be for people in that position. Patricia, I can't imagine the stress these residents and their families are feeling right now. How will this kind of displacement affect them?
Oh, look, it's really hard for families, and we think for the older person and their families, our hearts go out to them. It's distressing. It's not a choice when people go into residential care. They normally go in because they have to. So then to have to move again, emotionally, and social support-wise, they need a lot of support. They need to be given time now to choose where they go and the facility, which they've said they'll do, but the facility needs to make sure that they support them to find the right place to them that keeps them close to their families and loved ones.
Kylie, that's 6 aged care homes that we've learnt in the last 24 hours will close. Do you expect any more will need to because of these requirements?
What I'm hearing from CEOs and members of the Australian College of Nursing is that there's beds that are already closing in facilities because of staffing. So I think that there's already things that are happening in the sector. And nurses are absolutely motivated to provide excellent care. So it's distressing for the workforce when they can't deliver the care, or particularly in rural and regional areas where they know beds are closing, and even small operators might have to close or sell because of challenges around funding. But for the nursing profession, it's what then happens to older Australians who do need that care.
In your view, Kylie, what is the answer? Because obviously we want aged care homes to be staffed properly. What's the answer? How do you make that balance?
We need time. I've said this from the beginning. I've absolutely supported and applauded the government for coming through, making commitments to see through the findings of the Royal Commission. But the challenge is that there was already a shortage of nurses in the country, and this is linked to larger health workforce issues. But aged care was struggling and had been left to struggle for quite some time. So there's great employers that have always had an RN on every shift and a really solid nursing workforce, but others chose not to. And so now we need to recover the sector, really recover the image of aged care and attract nurses, retain them and invest in them so that they actually want to come and work and learn gerontological nursing, provide the care that people deserve. And when nurses work in aged care, actually anywhere, they don't only look after the residents or the patients, they spend time with the families and the loved ones. So even one nurse on every shift will not and is not enough. It's just a start.
And Patricia, what do elderly Australians and their families need?
Well, we need the reforms to continue. There's a very significant reform occurring, and it's important. Kylie mentioned before about exemptions are needed. In fact, the government are providing exemptions for some homes who've tried to do everything that they can. It will particularly benefit those in rural and remote areas. And the Quality and Safety Commission is going to work with those homes to make sure that the quality is good, but also to help them to meet that target. This is the importance of setting a target. Countless older Australians and their families have talked about the challenges challenges they have with not enough staff. We've set a target. We need to meet it. Is it difficult? Yes. Do we need to do it? Absolutely. There's a whole range of reforms that will also look at the financing of aged care. We have to see them as a group and have a look at the overall impact. Older Australians need us to do that to make sure they're getting the quality of care they deserve. We can't afford to slow down. We can address the challenges as they arise and make sure that the quality of care is the best it can be.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the revelations in that Royal Commission were absolutely disgusting, and people in Australia, elderly people in Australia, all need to be looked after. Thank you both for your time this morning.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my God, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?